Who was the most influential person writing in English in the 20th century? That question is obviously valid only if a writer really and truly influences people. A question for another day. For now, we'll say they do. That gives us a number of candidates: Hemingway, Faulkner, Joyce, Woolf, Beckett, Orwell, King, Clancy, Gresham, Cartland, Steele, Dr. Seuss. The final nomination is arbitrary and probably meaningless, certainly unprovable, but I'm going to go with Stan Lee. Born Stanley Lieber, he truncated his name not to cover his Jewish origin, but to reserve it for the time when he would stop fooling around and produce his serious work in shimmering prose, his take on the ever-elusive great American novel. So he became a Lee, joining a family of famous and productive Lees, including Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, Christopher Lee, Spike Lee, Ang Lee, and there may have even been a Lee, who I think was either a violin prodigy or a panda. Stan Lee was a co-creator of Marvel Comics, a driving force and the voice behind the panoply of intriguing superheroes: Spider-Man, the Hulk, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, the Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Thor, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Nick Fury, Submariner, the Avengers. The twist he gave to these characters, their self-awareness, the villains they faced, the combination of everyday woes with cosmic combat, the wisecracks and the artwork, the panels, the colors, perspective, the layouts, these comic books fairly jumped off the page. For years, they waited, storyboards for movies that couldn't be made. Eventually, when the technology finally allowed it, they did jump off the page and onto the screen, and now these Marvel characters are figures in a franchise that is rapidly becoming innumerable. And this is why I chose Stan Lee as the most influential writer in English of the 20th century. I think he will reach more people with his stories with a greater impact than any other writer. No one else comes close. The potential in the narratives is so dazzling and explosive, and that can all be fully rendered on the screen. Movies and Marvel are the perfect, scintillating, spine-tingling match. It really doesn't matter if the final product of a particular effort is not gripping or completely satisfying. Hollywood runs on concept, high concept, and the concept profile of a Marvel movie is sky high, as are, in almost every instance, the box office profits. Another question: who is today's finest leading man? Is it Cary Grant, or Clark Gable, or Jimmy Stewart, or John Wayne? Tom Cruise, or Brad Pitt, or Leo DiCaprio? Heck no. It's the Amazing Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, Wolverine, their box office magic. The old boys can't match up. They were stars. The new leading men, they're supernovas, they're bombs, they're fireworks. And Stan Lee lit the match. We're still waiting to see what that master prose stylist, Stanley Lieber, can do. Excelsior!